So I came back from the Mario movie with my brother. It was April the 3rd, a day before the movie would release. And I'm going to spoil the hell out of the Minecraft movie. So the movie opens up with Steve as a child yearning for the mines. But then this old-ass guy tells him to get out because the mines are dangerous. We see Steve as a depressed adult actually getting a job. He plays with his lunch a little bit, but out of nowhere he forms the mine he tried to attempt to go to when he was a child. So he battles the old man, wins, and goes to the overworld. He meets a dog and calls it Dennis. As he and Dennis do a lot of things, they build together, everyone's dancing, cows are dancing, pandas are literally getting on it, but then they overcross the Never, and Steve tells Dennis to go warn someone about it, abandoning him in a good way. We then get introduced to the main characters of the movie: Garth the Garbage Man, the owner of a gaming shop, Natalie and her little brother Henry, whose mother, although their mother both died, so they have to move somewhere, and Dawn, an employee at a petting zoo. Dawn is getting ready for Henry's first day of school. Henry makes a quick pit stop to Garth's game place and shows him what he did, I guess. But then it cuts to school. We get this guy who sounds like Keegan-Michael Key as Henry's teacher. All the students are told they have to draw an orange and a banana. Henry's drawing isn't like the others, so he has to prove everyone that he could be a good rocket scientist by building a jetpack, although it just damages the building of her sister's workplace, which drives Henry in trouble. So then Garth and Henry decide to explore what the mind thingy can do before, although not even knowing, Natalie and Dawn followed them, but then they all get sucked into the overworld, where they go against spiders, skeletons, zombies, and a creeper. But then it's revealed Steve, he does all the dirty work. He doesn't even know any of these humans, so this is just their first time in the overworld. But then Steve turns into Mr. Nice Guy and gives them a tour over the village or city. I forgot what it is called. He shows them his lava. He shows them everyone who lives here, like villagers and iron golems. He even shows them this restaurant he invented called Steve's Lava Chicken. And believe me, the song is so catchy. La 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 lava chicken. Alright, anyways, so then the piglins decide to ambush the place. So then everyone's fighting. Then it turns to this giant chase sequence with Steve. So then they decide to split up into two groups. So Steve, Henry, and Garth in one group, and Natalie and Dawn in the other one. They then decide how to find a way back to Earth. So the gas comes at Henry, Garth, and Steve, and they decide to equip Electra wingsuits. Although Steve forgot to equip his, so he's riding Jason Momoa. Good, that works. So then the wings don't work that much, and they land to the ground. Steve says he'll cushion the fall with a water bucket. Yeah, that works, literally. Alright, and then Natalie's worried for her brother, so Dawn comforts her, saying he'll be okay, he hopes. So then Jason Momoa and Garth, Henry, and Steve encounter the mines and had to go through the mountain via walking, because it's more safe than climbing. They decide to go through a minecart, although not being known they're chased by Big Chungus Piglin. So they have to go to the next red log as possible, but before that they have to go through booby traps and get distracted by diamonds. And so anyways, they then arrive to this evoker place where the stash is kept. So Steve and Garth have to put a distraction on the two and all the evokers by doing a song and dance number. While Henry fights an Ender guy, Enderman, and Jason and Garth wrestles a chicken getting crushed to death by a zombie baby. Yeah, this movie has great physics. So then when they're on their way out, they get surrounded by piglins. And the only people safe are Steve and Henry. Don't worry, Garth is safe. We'll get to how he was saved later. So then everyone is worried about Garth, but then it turns to night, where the piglins do their final ambush. Everyone's seen crafting stuff now. Then we get to a final battle where the iron golems and a big-ass golem I saw are basically being the shatter. Oh, I forgot. Steve reunites with Dennis. And so then Dawn calls in an army of wolves to stampede to the piglins. Well, Henry is seen trying to get the Never thingy away, being saved by Garth the Garbage Man, who used Steve's water bucket thingy. So then, the main villain of this film tries to tell Steve she's sorry, despite joking around. Steve says he doesn't believe her, killing her off. How didn't it kill the two guys from there? So then everyone says goodbye to Steve, even Dennis, but then Steve decides to hang out at Earth. And then that's how the movie ends. Spoiler alert! There's a villager who went to the real world, dates Henry's vice principal, and then marries the village. Who's her? And then Steve meets Alex at the last post-credit scene, and that's the Minecraft movie, boys and girls.